lifetimes between the economy is growing.
All right.
Someone came yesterday and brought up a really good point. I can't remember who it was,
I
but
think we are live.
are we ready in these spaces to have thousands of people entering the spaces every day? Like, are we ready for that? Like, do we have the resources?
Chris, can you hear me?
You know, yeah, the skills to be able to run potentially.
Follow songs, can you hear me? No?
Resources,
Yeah, I'm not
but
sure.
you know
I'm
what?
gonna go
We
to
don't have
YouTube
people
and
with
see if I
enough
can hear you.
precision. You know, just like that.
How about,
That sort of thing. It's the mindset that needs to
can you hear me
change.
now?
We have the resources. We have the people.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's the mindset.
Just answer
All right.
these questions in a dignified manner. Don't let people interrupt somebody else.
Hear you.
Yeah. Get through them if
Okay,
you have
dope. All right.
to. 2 or 3 people.
So this is the final address here.
Yeah.
So we want to go to it first, and we'll go to the last transaction.
But in this space, like that's not for like rooms. Easy.
And so we see transfer in at the very beginning here at this transaction. And this is from this wallet here.
Want to sell people one.
Cowboy.
Let's go.
And the original funding for this wallet was from the PulseX Sacrifice wallet. And let's go ahead and click on this just to verify there wasn't somebody labeling it as the PulseX Sacrifice wallet. And looks like there's 8B in here. So that's that DCH. As in the chat, you can see the verification address right there. So thanks Side Effects for posting that up. So that is the original wallet.
I don't see
So that's
the screen changing on my end.
Interesting.
Do you guys feel like you learned something?
my bad. My bad. So we're gonna start over again. So here is the
I believe
last transaction.
the guy was saying, like, I totally believe.
And we're gonna go to the funding transaction for this wallet.
Generating power.
And we see this first transaction here.
At least harnessing energy. I wouldn't quite. It's still not electricity as we know it today, right?
From this wallet.
Yeah.
And we'll go to the funding transaction for this wallet. Like I said, to verify that
It's about
this is the correct address.
the art in Paris.
As that DCH.
The art girl. Yeah.
All right. So that looks good there.
They don't wrestle with
And that address was
people are like, well, how did they carve out these sculptures without power? And I don't know where you live.
and so this is that address that ends in CC 83CC. OXFE 83CC. Okay, so here's the transaction of 12 million coming to this address from another address. Okay. From CC to maker. Okay. And here's the transaction to add the liquidity. 12 million USDC. From the 6F4 address, which we see is back to the maker transaction. And this here you see the this is that 6F4 address that is transferred in this transaction. So all right, did you follow that, Huddle Stonks?
All right, there we go. Yep.
So we're looking at this wallet here to see. Did you follow all that?
Yep, I got it all. I've been with you the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It looks like it's probably the PulseX sacrifice wallet.
Yeah. It appears to me that the chain shows that it came out of that wallet, went to there, swapped it out, DAI, and then to USDC, and put it up as LP. So as far as the actual facts, I guess this guy's trying to spread FUD, but I don't really see that as FUD. I just see it as a fact that our money's actually, or the money, it's not even our money, that the money is being used. And other than that, I have no expectations of the profit of work from others. How about you, Auto Songs? See, no expectations. So
Yeah, I mean he doesn't disclose everything that he's doing, but he never said that he wouldn't do it.
right, and and
There's
by
little delay,
with
so when I talk back to you, you have to wait about 4 seconds. That's what's going on.
okay, so that's yeah, and with the SEC, he wants to watch he wants to watch what he's doing. So as far as what he would and would not tell us, I don't see any reason for him to have to explain himself and to explain every single little move. And we know in crypto that it doesn't take getting every single move right. So if he makes a wrong move, like he seems to really feel some effects of the 2 more weeks thing. He was just saying, like, yeah, it's just what the devs told me, kill the messenger, right? So if he had to explain every single little move like this, it's just, it's not worth his time. And if we assume that he's a benevolent actor, like he doesn't get paid enough to do this. And so he gets to choose which actions he does and does not want to do, and has to, we trust his judgment on the market by what, by him calling the top. Like, sure, like it's boastful, but guess what? Like that's why we trust the guy. And so, or the OA rather, even. So anyhow, yeah, I don't see any problems here. As far as this particular individual's other actions, that was not the intent here. It was just to see if this if this was actual facts or not, and I believe it to be so, and I actually see it as good news. So, do you have anything else to add to that, man?
No, just that's kind of the name of the game with Hex, is that you either trust Richard Hart or you don't. And so either you trust him and you're willing to to give to these sacrifices, to stake Hex, to do all these things, these long-term plays, and hoping that basically, he's almost a modern day investment manager for Hexicans, I think, or the OA is rather, whoever controlled the sacrifice wallets. So this is just sort of that's sort of kind of par for course. I'm sure he's done a lot of things that under a microscope with no context at all might be able to, another thing to say, here's how Richard Hart's a scammer, here's how Richard Hart's a scammer. But the bottom line is that that's sort of what makes somebody a Hexican versus not, is that if you trust that he has integrity and you trust that he's not scamming at you, then you're probably not worried too much about what liquidity pools are being made with what coins and all those things, because ultimately I believe that his moves are for the betterment of the project, and that everything that he's doing to empower the Pulse Chain community and empower the Hexican community. So I think this is just one of those moves that he made that under a microscope it might look like a shady play or something like that, but with more context, or if you had been where he was at the time, it probably made perfect sense to do that for any number of reasons. Obviously, if it could change, it is strange to me that the sacrifice funds were used, but this is also a guy that I think he has more Hex than anything was sacrificed. So, or the OA does rather, has access to more money than was sacrificed. To do liquidity pools and things like that. So it's not, again, it's not really evidence of foul play, in my opinion.
None whatsoever. And I would actually argue that he might be putting this on the game, trying to show how the LP can be used. Because he can't come out and say what what is or is not done, and why that those things are done, just for safety's sake, because the world we live in. And that's what that is the intent of the project, is to help make the world a better place. So unless he's just completely full of shit and he wants to keep on keep up the charade, I think that it's outside of his character to do that. And going through a bunch of his old live streams, he's just he's just a boy in the world like the rest of us. So unless you got anything else to add, I think we can kind of cut it off right there.
Yeah, I'm good. That's all I got.
All right. I haven't seen any questions in the chat, so unless anybody else has a comment, come up real quick. Guess we'll call that a wrap. And I think thank you to everybody that showed up, participated, particularly Chris. And look forward to providing you all with more information. If you're watching this, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. And we're going to do more cool shit in the future.